Hey, everybody, welcome to Bearded Baker Banter on this beautiful Thursday morning. And I would like to extend a quick happy birthday, Trent.
Wow. Thank you, Tyler. I appreciate that.
Hey.
Hold on. I hope we know this doesn't count because it is not his birthday yet in real life for us. So,
technically,
in real life,
Thursday, July 18th, Trey. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, but as we are currently speaking right now, it is not July 18th. So I'm not going to let you claim first birthday wish because of that. So it's very courteous of you, Trent. Happy birthday as well to our listeners that are listening today to Trent.
Well, thank you guys. I appreciate that.
I'm not going to wish it to you right now because it is not your birthday currently, though.
Gotcha.
Just throwing that out there.
Noted.
Yeah. Second's still good, Trey. So I'd like to point out one thing.
We don't even know who first is yet. That's the thing. So
I'd like to point out two important numbers, boys. 37 days until college football starts. 49 days until the NFL football. So those are first now 37 days and 49. That's till the first games. The college football games, I believe, is the week 0. So not every team is going to be playing, but there are a couple games and stuff that are played. Most of the games occur the next following week, but I don't care, dude. It's football, man, and we're kind of in that lull. That this, go ahead.
23 days until first preseason game.
Even better. I gotta say this. I mean, this couple of days here, this little all-star break week with baseball and stuff. I forget about it every year, and then all of a sudden it happens, and I'm like, "Huh, all right." Do I look at the clouds or no? But like, it's tough when when there's nothing on, and you're actually sitting here watching Summer League, G League games and all that stuff.
I was watching Caitlin Clark in the Indiana Fever tonight.
That's fun, but yeah, a little tough.
Wheel of Fortune for me, guys.
Wheel of Fortune. Actually, I did watch. I watched Price is Right at night. That's a good one.
It's on at night now.
There's couple good fun. I'm telling you, Game Show Network. It's classics on there.
Trent likes the quiz with balls.
That is a good show.
Mainly because of the balls.
But my summer afternoon watch is, with YouTube TV. Shout out to them. How you just get, like, if you pick a show to record, it records even past seasons. So I've been like, I literally almost have all the seasons of the MTV Challenge, which you guys know I am a huge fan of to current day. So I think I've watched seasons 18 through near 24 at this point. I'm 24.
I've been on Johnny.
Shout out Johnny Bananas, right?
Darn right. New season this August.
Been doing King of Queens with my TV recording, Trent.
Oh, I'm on that too.
Yeah. Well, hey, let's get it.
Okay.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
No. I'm on Netflix, not recording YouTube TV, but Seinfeld. Started that from the beginning, and it's actually, Trent, I was the same way my whole life, and give it a chance, and it's actually pretty good watch.
Show, isn't it?
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Makes you chuckle. Makes you chuckle a couple times.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to get into some baseball here. Baseball is really kind of, revolved more so around the All-Star Game, Home Run Derby stuff that we watched this past week, Monday, Tuesday. So we'll get into some of that, some of the things we liked, our strikes, some of the balls, things we didn't like, and then wild pitches. So,
Tyler, before we get into this, does anybody have a pop top ready to go?
I was just about to, yeah.
Okay, good, so because this is a special pop top.
Yes, it is.
Shout out Richard. This is for the AL victory on Tuesday. So
he already paid up.
No, not yet.
Okay.
No,
okay.
No. But I'm cheersing it. Yep.
Yeah. For those that don't know, Richard Beer bet us on Twitter, gave us a challenge, so that the AL would win, and we took it.
He said the NL would win.
NL.
What did I say?
You said AL.
You said AL.
We were all over the AL winning, especially after losing their streak last year. That was a fluke.
So 10-1 the last 11 now.
Man, let me ask you this. I mean, he has to that's 3 beers, right? Like technically,
I mean,
you
otherwise he would have received 3 beers from us.
Mhm.
yeah. Yep.
So,
Well,
Thank
guys,
you.
you're welcome. You're
Richard,
welcome
maybe
for that recipe pick.
we'll meet you at Trogs sometime soon here. But yeah, so a couple of things here with baseball. If you guys don't mind, I'll give my strike. The strike that I enjoyed was the fact that we did get 5 Orioles in. But in particular, Santander being the game-winning run was my strike. So for him to get in there, get a hit, get on base, and then literally be the winning run was pretty sweet. That's definitely was the highlight of the game for me.
Yeah,
I can give my strike next if you want.
Well, I just want to comment on that. He was actually he wasn't even drafted in the main draft. I can't think of that alternative draft that they have, something 5 or whatever.
Yeah,
the reserves.
Yeah, so he wasn't even like actually drafted. So he went from basically, career hanging on to its last life to now playing in the All-Star game, getting a hit in the All-Star game, and being the scoring run in the All-Star game. It's good. So
that's awesome.
Love it. Absolutely love it. Good strike there. Go ahead, Trey.
No, yeah, I completely agree. I think the All-Star game used to be kind of just a popularity contest. I know it's like that with basketball, but I like seeing like people that are actually performing well make the All-Star game that maybe isn't a household name in baseball. So it's good to see him perform and do that for you or for us. But my strike is the new home run derby format. I'm a fan. Took me a couple rounds to kind of get used to it because the only thing that I would say is the bad pitches being one of the 40, like even if you don't swing.
Right.
I think as long as you swing and it's not a home run, that should count. Because otherwise you're just forcing people to tire themselves out and swing as many as 40 pitches as they can. But that being said, I think it really made it more competitive. I think you saw guys not hit as many as what you thought they would. If they go in a cold streak, it's like, hey man, that's 10 of your 40 pitches. Now you only got 30 left, and hitting over 20 is a big deal in the new format. And I don't know, Trent, we were watching it outside the pool at our parents, and I mean that final that came down to it was exciting. Like I was sitting there watching on the edge of my seat the home run derby final out. Which how many times can you say that? So
I was pacing. I was literally pacing back and forth because I needed.
And we won big. Thank you, Teoscar. All right, so
I was sweating a Teoscar plus 1,000 bet. So I needed that. That was good.
Yeah, it was. And I think it was a good way to keep it streamlined. Like it doesn't take too long, but it also keeps it competitive. So I liked it. It was fun.
I also like the fact of the bonuses too. Like you hit, it's almost like you hit till you miss kind of thing. Yeah. You know what I mean?
The old way. Like,
right. But like keeping it condensed a little bit, like you definitely, you get 3.
And dude, we saw some guys almost hit 10 home runs just in that bonus round.
I know.
So that's cool. Like I do like that. You're right, Tyler.
Plus probably one of the biggest reasons for that limited number of pitches in those 3 minutes is to save all those little kids' heads from getting rocked out there. Because I feel like in these past couple years, you're like, they're looking at one up in the air, and the next thing you know, the guy hits like a liner out to him. It's like a high-low effect.
Look out.
Geez, I feel bad for them. But it's Trey, I agree. I was on board with the rules this year, and I don't even mind. I don't mind the every pitch counts, because I don't really think that affected anybody's performance.
I agree with that.
On that, because a lot of guys actually ended with a couple pitches left with their time running out. So it was just interesting. But Trey, I'm gonna throw you for a curveball here with your whole striking the rules when I get to my ball. So I will finish this up on the strike side of things. And I truly appreciated the fact that our franchise, when I say our, I'm talking about the Orioles,
unofficial podcast.
Yes, our franchise player basically got to do a little bit of a bullpen with all the future potential Oriole pitchers.
It's a good point.
Um,
Adley.
He got to catch Skubal,
Mm-hmm.
Crochet,
Mm-hmm.
and he also got to catch Miller.
Mm-hmm.
So
You're right.
So he, there's a couple Oriole fan accounts, making light of it. But did you guys see that? They tapped gloves at the end of that. Oh, did you see Adley put his arm around Miller? Did you see that? And I loved it. And honestly, watching any of those three, I'm going to put it out there. If we don't get one of those three, it's a failure trade deadline for us.
Yeah.
It is looking like Skubal is the number one guy that we're going to attack and go after, which I love because it's a lefty arm. So you've got Burns, Grayrod, and then if you have then is all you got to do is you got to survive this year with some of those guys on the back end to get a fourth win in a series, hopefully. So and I'm talking about the playoffs because I'm still a believer that we're going to be there. So
oh yeah, for sure.
But so can I flip it real quick to the ball?
Yeah, flip it.
So from what I am seeing, is the MLB screwed up in the home run derby?
Uh-oh.
They did not follow their own rules.
Uh-oh. It was the longest home run in the first round.
The tie in the second round between Baum and Teoscar should have been played out differently. Okay, before a 3
Baum and
pitch.
Teoscar was the final. Boom.
Oh,
sorry.
That was so much.
Wasn't it?
It was Witt. Let me finish. It was Witt and Teoscar Trey. Okay, so in the semifinals, when Baum and Teoscar went against each other, they ended in a tie. If you recall, they each got 3 pitches, and that's it.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Swings.
Teoscar, 3. Teoscar got 2 home runs. Okay, that's why he moved on. Before it went to that pitch off, it was supposed to be 60 seconds, no stoppages whatsoever, no bonus time whatsoever, and that's a swing off for 60 seconds. If they were
whoever gets the most.
Yeah. And then if they were still tied, then it was supposed to go to a 3-pitch swing off. So, if you're a Philly, I'm just going to say that if you're a Phillies fan, now think back to this. You guys might remember this. This is the second time a Philly has been kind of screwed in the home run derby. When you take it back to Kyle Schwarber, when they reran the tape and counted all his home runs, he actually should have advanced the 1 year.
Yeah.
But they miscounted his home run. So that's Schwarber and Baum kind of getting a little, the screws to him there. So that's my ball. MLB, you got these rules in place. Where are they at enforcing them? And in my opinion, the best event in all-star events.
Dude, and you know what's funny is just thinking about that compared to like some of these other all-star games and events and things like that. Baseball, I mean, the all-star game and the home run derby, I feel like still carry the weight of excitement as they have all the years. Like the NBA's dunk contest used to be a big thing, and I feel like that's completely fallen off. The NFL can't really do anything with all-star stuff because nobody does anything. It's too untouched football now. Like nothing really comes close. Hockey all-star game's all right, but you know what I mean? It's like I feel like baseball's all-star break is still something that's fun that you tune into.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So they're obviously doing something right with that, but that's interesting. They're trying about messing up their own rules. Whew. That's pretty funny. My ball is Ohtani's success at the All-Star game. I was so mad to see him hit a 3-run home run. And I'll be honest with you, here's the funny thing. I liked Ohtani when he was with the Angels. It was pretty amazing to see the kind of player he was. But I've soured against him since the whole gambling thing. and I don't look at him the same. I look at him as a cheater. At this point in time, with the way he's hitting, I'd say, hey, test him for steroids. Maybe talking to Mark McGuire. I don't know. I just, if again, kind of a salty thing
cheater.
to say that, it kind of is.
He cheated the system, but he didn't cheat the game of baseball.
So then Pete Rose then.
Tyler, no, I'm not saying Pete Rose did.
No, but I'm just saying it's just. I actually am surprised. I guess if the NL probably, if they would have won, he would have been the MVP just for hitting the 3-run home run that he did. Was it Miller that struck him out?
Yes.
I'll tell you what, Miller looked good on that at bat though, because Ohtani walked, homered, and then struck out, and that pitch from Miller looked pretty nice. So, but that's my ball. Just a frustration because,
Miller's the only other guy besides Skeens that throws that splinker that I talked about a couple weeks ago.
Yep. I sent you guys, or I shared a video too of Skeens actually showing how he throws it and what he does on our X account. So, but yeah, that's my ball. Trey?
My ball's not too okay. So I looking at these pitching staffs besides the starters, which you can argue that Skeens might not deserve to have started the All-Star game, but he deserved to be an All-Star. I think the last couple of years, and it could just be due to all the Tommy John and stuff like that, but pitching staffs aren't wowing me in the All-Star games. I just think that they're giving them the guys that have decent ears and letting them throw an inning in the All-Star game. Granted, like I said, I know there's a lot of injuries, like Strider's not out there this year. I think it was Shane Bieber's not out there this year. A couple guys, Felix Hernandez, etc. But it just, I don't know. I'm just not impressed by it. Like, I think I texted you guys about it this week, but Tanner Houck from the Red Sox, yeah, he's having a great year. Absolutely, and I understand that. It's half of one season, but he's an average to below average pitcher, in my opinion. And here he is throwing a third inning in a All-Star game and giving up a 3-run shot and threatening up more runs. And I don't know. I just feel like the rosters aren't as deep, and it doesn't reflect the quality pitching that is available in the MLB. But could be wrong. It's just my opinion. I like Corbin Burns, but even him starting the All-Star game, it's like, yeah, you've had a good season, but you're not. I don't know.
Yeah, Corbin's changed his approach, Trey, in the sense of going for Ks. He's actually gone more for, allowing his defense. Defense working for him. But I do want to backtrack. I think you meant Felix Bautista, not pitching.
What did I say, Hernandez? Oh,
yeah. I was like, wait a second. I'm like, there's no way he's still pitching. But I was making sure. But Trey, you texted us right away when Hawk gave up that 3-run homer.
The meatball.
Yeah, he's just the thing with him though is he's having a good year. He's having a good All-Star year.
Half of a good year. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean that's what the All-Star game is based on, is the first half. So
I understand, but like that I get it, but
I get
look at his other seasons, and it's like
I don't think he's a shutdown ace.
No, he's been fortunate this year, and now he's pitching in an All-Star game.
I agree.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, what was it? I mean, and me being the K-prop guy that I am, in terms of gambling and stuff, it was neat to see that a lot of the pitchers that I do cap a lot were playing. You know what I mean? Or at least try to cap. I don't know. The one who was it? Hunter Green. I liked seeing him out there because I think this was his first All-Star appearance. But even that being said,
got the L.
Well, and that's the thing. It's like early in the year, and he was a big K guy, and he's kind of fallen off a little bit. So it was nice to see him. I think he's a good pitcher. But yeah, I mean, I could see either way, Trey. I mean,
like I said, I'm not
Crochet, Miller, Burns.
Right.
You could probably make the argument for Gray Rod though from the Orioles as well. I almost I'd put him in over Burns, just looking at records and things like that. But like compared to some of the other guys, I might have put Gray Rod in there with him.
No.
Next year he will.
Yeah.
I don't think he deserved an All-Star this year, an All-Star bid. If I'm going to argue that Tanner Hawk didn't deserve an All-Star bid, then Gray Rod didn't deserve one either.
That's
I
fine.
think he deserved one more than Hawk.
That's debatable, yeah, because they're the same type of spot in their career.
But you got to understand and this is what I said about last week, how I didn't really care for how, like, after the fan vote is done, how it goes to pretty much the MLB picks and chooses. They totally pick market players.
Oh yeah.
I thought it was the opposite.
Boston's a huge market. I think there's something because it goes to the fan vote, gets it to their top 2, I believe, for each position. In terms of like infield wise, outfield there's usually more. I think it's like top 5 or 6,
like the bench players and stuff.
And then like when it comes down to filling the roster, like that's why Westberg didn't get in. Westberg was the second, third baseman, which I'm pretty sure didn't he end up playing second last night? He did. He made a great play deep in the hole between first and second. But yeah, I don't know. I'm with you, Trey. I get what you're saying. I just think it's what you have right now. And I mean, we've been talking about it all year about how, I mean, other than a select 4 or 5 teams, a lot of teams are 500 or worse. So how much talent you're really getting? It's
that's a very good point, Trent. That, like I said, I'm not sitting here saying like this sucks, it's the worst ever, blah blah blah. But it's just, you like to see. Some people could argue the opposite. There could be a strike that you see not big names on an all-star roster, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, just me, I like seeing the best of the best out there, and I want to see like Paul Skeens against Aaron Judge and Juan Soto. Like that was fun. That was fun to watch because how many times are you going to get to see that? Who knows? Who knows, right? If it matches up, great. But
I thought it was better to see him go against Gunnar, but that's just me, right, Ty?
Well, yeah, no, and that's what's cool.
Shout
like,
out that shirt.
That's right. Shirt. Sun's out, guns out.
Yeah.
Woo woo.
The Orioles absolutely have a type of a player that
So if you guys don't mind, I'll transition to my wild pitch here.
Let's do it.
All right. So my wild pitch, it's kind of a twofer kind of thing. Number one is just the fact that, hey man, I admit when I'm wrong. Alec Boehm proved me wrong in the home run derby, because I know we kind of trashed him a little bit. He did really well, obviously, in the home run derby. But even more so, my wild pitch is the fact that the Phillies had 3 of their infielders as starters for the National League. And I say it's a wild pitch just because, okay, maybe an infielder and an outfielder, or maybe a pitcher, but the fact that you literally had almost the whole infield as your starters for the NL was kind of surprising for me. And I know I kind of brought that up probably earlier even than this, just because starters were named earlier, but it just, when they were announcing starters and stuff, I'm like, that's almost the whole Phillies infield. Like, all right. But that's my wild pitch, just because it did blow my mind a little bit that, I mean, they are good. There's no question in that. But
only one that kind of surprised me. I mean, Turner? Just because of injury, yeah, Turner. I mean, I thought Ellie De La Cruz should have been the start, but
yeah, that's a good point.
I mean, don't get me wrong. If Trey Turner plays the whole year, I'm sure statistically people say, yeah, but if he did play, I get it. Trey Turner is a stud, but
yeah,
I thought for playing, he was out. I forget how long he was out, but it was a decent amount of time early on. That I thought because I think doesn't Sosa back him up in Philly? And that guy played. Yeah, Sosa does. And I don't know. I just thought Ellie De La Cruz, the years he's having, I thought he should have got the start. But
is that your wild pitch or
Big Mark? No. I'm ready for. Are you done with yours?
No.
Yeah, I'm done with mine.
I want to ask you: do you know who the only infielder that wasn't a Philly to start for the NL?
I can't think off the top of my head right now.
Second baseman.
I mean, it was a second baseman, but
it is Bryson Stott.
Nope, he's a Philly.
No, you're talking about backing up, Trent.
Oh,
to start. I don't know. To start for the NL, who was the second baseman? He's the only non-Philly in the infield.
I don't know. I was only paying attention.
Oh, I know.
It was Ketel Marte.
You know what's
God.
funny is when they introduced him, I yelled it out. My wife was like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "Nothing. That's how Google actually pronounces it." She's like, "What are you talking about?" I'm like, don't worry about it.
All
Let
right.
ask Trey. Don't worry about it.
It was a stack, guys.
That's right. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Not Google pronunciation. All right,
All right.
wild pitches.
I got a wild pitch. I want in addition to the home run derby, I want a skills challenge.
Oh, okay.
Not just a bunt. I don't want. I've seen the bunt derby. Don't get me
Fastest
wrong.
rounding the bases.
Hold on. I have my events listed, so please. I like the bunting for accuracy or hitting for accuracy, where you gotta put it closest to something or in a certain area. Once again, details can be worked out. Bases run. I would either like to see just like just a base sprint, whether you want to go all four, unless that's too risky for injury, or at least maybe like an act that you're hitting it double, like fastest to get a double, out of the box. And
so
then
do you
I also
slide or no? Details to be worked out. I get it.
Details to be worked out.
Yeah.
I also would like something in the line of a throw accuracy in terms of to home plate. So from a certain set distance, even if you're an infielder, but you got to still do this. Put them in the outfield, and I want how quick did it get there and how accurate it was there, because they could totally do this with all this tracking of everything in sports now. I mean, they can tell you exactly where the pitch is thrown. They could totally do baseball. Yeah.
What about throw distance? You don't think people would want to do that?
I don't think you want to. Yeah, I thought of that. I even thought of like something with like bat speed, or maybe you could do hardest hit ball. Something like that.
What if you did fastest pitch,
or quickest double play?
Well, so I had a couple of those written down. Quickest double play I had written down. The only thing I thought was you totally leaned. Like everyone saw that, Trey.
That's cool.
You totally forgot you're on camera.
No, I needed it. I needed to let it out.
Hey, shout out to Dude Wipes. Looking for a sponsorship.
And hangs.
I have to tag Dan Orlovsky after this now for his whole stint on McAfee.
Man. But
that was funny.
Trey, I was thinking that, but then you would almost need do it like tandems, and you don't know how that scoring was. So once again, I don't mind the turning a double play. That would be bad. Ty, the only reason I would avoid fastest pitch, or even Trey, I think you said longest throw, is just for arm health. Like, I think if you do something that demanding, then guys won't do it.
Yeah.
But if you
one pitch though, just one,
it doesn't matter, man. Guys aren't used to being pitchers. They could do something stupid.
No, I'm saying just do it with pitchers.
Pitchers and home run hitters get enough. I want the fielders,
Yeah.
And so, skills challenge. I'd like to add on to it a little bit, because I like the home run derby, and I always like the celebrity softball game that you could watch after the home run derby usually. But why not have a skills challenge at some point?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Trey, what's your wild pitch?
My wild pitch is making the actual All-Star game worth something again. And that's giving the World Series team AL or NL home field advantage, whoever wins the All-Star game.
So hold on, did they take that away?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't think I was aware of that.
Yeah, it's been away for a good amount of years now. I think before Bud Selig left, right?
Huh. I didn't know that.
I'm pretty sure it used to. They brought it back, and then they got rid of it again.
Right. Okay. I like it. I'm a big advocate of it, because my thing is how do you make All-Star weekends more engaging, right? Like, how do you bring viewership? Because NFL viewership for All-Star weekend sucks. NBA is sucking. NHL is not as bad, but for the MLB, I'd imagine it's probably pretty good, because the games are competitive. They're not 20-19 scores because people don't care. The pitchers want to strike people out. The hitters want to actually hit. So
That kind of surprises me now because I was still under the impression that was the thing.
Nope.
Hence why it was I don't know. I felt like there is kind of a seriousness around.
That's my wild pitch is make it even better. Right? It's the bet we are in consensus that's the best All-Star weekend in terms of viewership and what you want to watch. So Trent, I agree with you. The skills competition would make it even better because I would like to see who's the fastest around the bases, right? That's cool. Who knows how to hit the corners on bases? Who knows how to run fast? Who knows how to throw the most accurate ball from the outfield? That's awesome. Who can bunt the most accurate, even though they don't do it in the MLB as they should.
Yeah,
but
I think they've been doing it more.
Yeah,
there's more bunting than it used to be.
Or I'm sure there's even more more things we could come up with. But either way, add on to it, make it unquestionably the best All-Star weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Make the game worth something. It already is. The players play. They play hard. You add that to it, you better believe a contending pitcher, contending batter, contending fielder, they're going to put their all into it. Because, the Orioles, hey, you guys can get Game 7 home field advantage if we win this game. You better believe people are going to be diving out. They're going to be taking close pitches. They're going to be trying hard.
Yeah.
More so than they already are.
Exactly.
Would that?
Exactly.
But I guess my question: do you see it changing how they currently play it? Then, are you going to let a stud that you have pitching wise throw more than one inning?
Why not? That also plays into my point of the crappy. Let Paul Skeens throw 3 innings, and let's see who else. Who's after him?
Corbin Burns.
Corbin Burns, but let Corbin Burns go 2. Let Terry Skubal go 2, and Garrett Crochet go 2. Dude, that's a fucking lights out game, and let him go against the best hitters in the league. That's awesome.
You'd almost have to take less pitching then.
Yeah.
Then that's fine. Then maybe that's the thing you have to do.
Right. But
add more hitters.
Yeah.
Interesting.
In fact, who was okay? This is weird. Who was Brian or Bradley Fry? Pinch hitter?
From the Indians.
Dude.
Guardians.
How was he an all-star? But he was very impactful.
He's having a good year.
Oh, whoops, Gardens.
He was impactful. He hit that tie and run.
That's what I'm saying. It's I saw him up to bat. I'm like, who in the F is this? And then he hit that. I'm like, okay, all right.
Yeah.
But that's just my wild pitches. Make All-Star Weekend even better.
Here's the one thing though: is the sport does offer, and does, how do I want to say it? I get the NFL All-Star Game sucks, basketball sucks. It's also because those two sports are much more physical, in terms of you are actually preventing somebody from going forward physically. You're in between them and somewhere else. So I get it. Don't get me wrong. It's just, I'm glad the NFL just scrapped it all together and went to flag football. I think, but you're right, Trey. Baseball does, and I think it needs to, because according to CBS Sports, it's the 5th most popular sport right now in terms of male sports.
And
the blackouts.
Baseball was 5th, Trey. It went
awesome to hear, actually. But
NFL, college football, college basketball was 3rd, as much hate as it got on it, according to CBS Sports. NBA, then MLB.
Where was golf?
They just named the top 5.
So Trent, can I tell you? You said NFL's gone by the wayside. They're done. All-Star Weekends, Knicks done. It is right now as it stands. It is. But can I tell you?
They play a flag football game.
But it's done. That. No one watches that. No one cares about that, right? No one does. I don't. You don't. I can tell you, it's probably the lowest viewed All-Star game of any of them. Probably.
NBA is pretty awful.
Okay,
I haven't watched the last at least 5 years.
The trend. Correct me if I'm wrong. It could not have been credit to Joe Burrow, whoever came up, who he's credited for this idea. But why not do a baseball and NBA style of All-Star where in the middle of the season you give teams their second bye week, right? Extend the season to 18 games. Give them a second bye week, which is always every team has one bye week on the All-Star week. Play it. It gives incentive to play. Who knows if teams are Super Bowl contenders yet? It's halfway through the season. Players are more likely to play. Try to do it at least as much as you can, and then guess what? You play 8. You add an extra game onto the season. Guess what falls the Monday after the Super Bowl?
President's Day.
Bingo! You have off on Monday for all the corporate America.
I think they're already going to an 18 weeks with what you're saying, and they're already going to get the Super Bowl to be on President's Day weekend.
All right, so this does kind of transition us here into NFL.
Well, there you go.
So good transition here, guys. I kind of tried to piggyback on what you were saying. I'm also on the bandwagon of I'd prefer everybody to have their bye week the same week in the NFL, or even 2 weeks to break it up. That way, I don't know. I like more games on Sundays. That way, you're not like, hey, 2 teams have a bye week this week. Oh, the next week it's like 8 teams.
Then, dude, you imagine how crappy that week, those 2 weeks would be, Tyler?
Yeah, but you know what though? It gives you something to look forward to. It's like, all right, cool. You still got college football going on.
But that's a depressing week, dude. That's a depressing week of life.
But it makes it go longer.
I like this idea, since we're just kind of spitballing and bantering right now before we get into a little NFL structured talk here. If you like that idea, Ty, of being more consistent with the bye weeks, why not? Why not give the NFC all bye weeks 1 week and then AFC another week? And then when you do that, the schedule writers, the people that create the schedule, you make sure that you have the best interdivision NFC rivals playing that week.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? Like you could you could still get a week in, because what is it? How many teams are in the NFC? Is it 16 teams each?
Right.
You're going to get 8 games. You're still going to get 8 games.
Mm-hmm.
One on maybe,
I
maybe you don't have
that.
a Thursday. Maybe you just do Sunday night, Monday night.
Yeah, no, I'd
like
that.
What would be cool is if you could flex.
Guys, I think the thing that we're all forgetting,
the 2 best teams in there.
I think the thing we're all forgetting is it all depends on Taylor Swift's touring schedule.
Shoot. Gosh darn it.
How many games can she attend? We have to remember that.
Trey, why would you even bring her up? Oh my god.
Oh no, it pissed me off because they actually did that this year.
Oh my god, I can't believe.
Stupid.
Dude, you love her.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right. So here we go. NFL. Little thing that we put together. We are under 50 days. Training camps opened up. Trey, I believe Packers went to training camp today. They opened camp today. What we're looking at here is, we will, I believe, do an episode where we pick each division winner and then each playoff and so on, get to our Super Bowl before the actual season starts. However, we're kind of going through some of the futures props and whatnot on some sports books. Day with no sports today, so why not? So for NFL, we're looking at our favorite, and I'm just going to put this out there. I don't know if you guys did this, but I did this based on reasonable odds to make some money off of. I'm not going to sit there and
value bets. Value bets.
Value bets. Okay. Yeah. So I was looking at value in the bets. So not so much but this team has only 10.5 wins. You could have got me. Yeah, that was minus 475. I'm not going to do that. Okay.
Right.
So we have over and under on total regular season wins. And then we just have the basic, yes or no bets of to make the playoffs. So to make the playoffs or to miss the playoffs.
All right. We're starting with. What are we starting with?
So let's start
So-
with wins over
Okay.
on wins. Which team do you like to go over? How many wins and what are their odds?
Who wants to start?
Okay.
Tyler, let's go. Tyler, go.
All right. I took the Texans for my pick here. They were set at 9.5. And I said that they get over 9.5, and that was minus 140.
That is a sucker bet.
Okay.
Why do you say it's a sucker bet?
Because
hold on.
I think
Can I, before Trey gives his reason, can I just say that you two literally, I don't know if I've ever, when talking NFL, see you guys going like in agreement.
I agree.
ever.
Yeah, no, because
I don't think
Tyler's
you-
takes are awful.
Wow. Jeez. Tyler, beer bet him now. Beer bet him now.
9.5.
Yep.
I'll bet you.
Put it on the board.
Wait.
I'm not betting it. I'll shoot you.
Yep.
Okay. I wish I had
Gotcha.
a dry erase marker here so I could add it.
Can you guys do a handshake one more time?
I think that CJ Stroud, as great as much as he overperformed last year and how as much as he proved us wrong, he's more overhyped than what Jordan Love is overhyped, in my opinion.
Bad take.
How? In what way?
I just think that I think the Texans as a team got better in the offseason across the board. So
they added a cancer to their locker room and a guy that
I'm saying, I mean, it's at 9.5. So
Stephon
they may
Diggs,
get they may get 10.
and
Stephon Diggs.
and then they added a running back
He's not
knocks
a cancer.
out college girls at restaurants.
Just
Trey,
saying, dude.
hold on.
Yeah.
You always own Joe Mixon in your fantasy team. Don't lie.
Yeah, I always regret it, Trent. I always freaking regret it. That's why I hate him so much.
All right. I'll go next.
Okay.
I got this is Tyler. Don't hate me.
Well,
here.
I know, but hold on a second, Trent. So Trey, you say turnover. Trent, you say touchdown for that 9.5.
We're not. That's not what we're doing.
We're not doing it, but Tyler, I would say touchdown. I think they got better.
I would say turnover.
On paper, they got better. They overachieved last year. Everyone was like, "Whoa, rookie quarterback, he's playing out of his
Severely
mind."
overachieved.
But they have a lot of weapons, and you got a great defensive-minded head coach. So touchdown. All right, Tyler, don't hate me on this. Not playing home or anything, but my pick for over wins is Packers over 9.5 for minus
Whoa.
135.
Wow,
Is that what they're set at? 9.5.
that's
Yep.
crazy. I thought it'd be lower than that.
I would have said it should be 8.5.
Yeah, if it was 8.5 minus 135, I'd agree. 9.5 actually kind of scares me.
But can't they go? That means they could go 10-7.
Yeah.
So I mean,
It seems high to me to be set at 9.5 for them, while they did well
Considering
last
they're
year.
in their division too.
but they didn't
Well,
win
yeah,
their.
that's valid. But I don't know. I think 9.5 is pretty steep. Where you're, yeah, they did well in the playoffs. But at the same time, it's like there's still some questions. And Trey, you would admit there's still questions to be answered.
Just the secondary. That's all.
But I'm saying, did Jordan Love play well for his first year? Yes. Can he do it a second year? That's still a question. The same could go with any. Same thing with CJ Stroud. Did CJ Stroud play well his first year? Yes. Is he going to do it the second year?
But
I don't
Tyler,
know.
Here's the thing though, between the difference between those guys is Jordan Love showed he struggled during the season. The first half of the season, he was not good, right? At all.
I agree.
And he put up better numbers than what CJ Stroud did at the end of the year. And guess what? CJ Stroud never faced adversity and never struggled. So what happens when he has 2 bad games in a row? What's going to happen? Does he have
also
what?
He's also 30.
Who?
Jordan Love.
Oh, I guess 25 is 30 now.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah. All right.
Hey, I'm just saying I like them. Don't get me wrong. I'm still on the Lions potentially getting that division again, but I think it's going to be much more competitive than people think. I think the Lions are now. It's kind of like Dan Campbell's message to everybody. It's like
The Lions aren't an underdog anymore.
he's like this is the
They'll always be
easiest.
seen as an underdog.
No, they will
They
not. Not
well,
anymore.
Tyler,
Done. They're getting their best from everyone every week now.
Dan Campbell's message was, this is going to be the easiest time for you to do it. Because after this year, you're now on everyone's radar. So, and they are. I mean, they are. So that's where I'm anxious to see if they can maintain that success this year. So Packers, I think Packers, two matchups against, actually could be potentially 4 games against rookie quarterbacks in their division. Depending on who starts with the Vikings. So, and if it's freaking what's his name, I mean, even better, right? So, I can't think.
Sam Darnold.
Sam Darnold, that's right. So I think those are 4 favorable games. Don't get me wrong, Bears are going to be better, but
their Bears defense is really good.
It's good, but they have Caleb Williams. Trey, what's your over here wins?
My over wins -110 odds. Took this a little bit ago, but this is what I'm going to go with is over 9.5 wins for the New York Jets.
You know what's funny is that Trey, I was so close to doing it. But I had hauntings of last year.
I mean, obviously, if Rodgers gets injured again, that's not going to hit. But all I'm saying is, like, the roster they have, the defense they have currently, that's almost a guarantee. And then if they do add Devontae Adams, like what might actually happen, then that's almost a guarantee hit. Like that's Garrett Wilson, Devontae Adams, these quick little under route guys, Breece Hall, who's going to be a stud this year, and then that defense.
Your
Devontae
Adams take is completely off of no factual conversations happening. Like Devontae Adams literally and his agents. Aaron Rodgers while he's golfing after his mushroom diaper trip in a cave sits there and says,
ayahuasca. Sorry, Aaron.
Can't wait to
not mushrooms.
Sorry,
it's
allegedly.
It's a root.
It's like it's no basis. Trey, I'm sorry. Do none of you guys? Maybe I'm blinded by this, but do none of you guys see or recall Aaron Rodgers' last full season?
Yeah.
Was he good?
You brought it up.
Was he good?
When he had the worst roster of his career, probably.
I can't say that.
And still almost made the playoffs.
Because I think Jordan Love got the more out of that roster than Aaron Rodgers did.
Yeah, I would take that trade if that was at 8.5. I don't like 9.5 simply because of last year. And
so if Rodgers stays, what if Rodgers stays healthy the whole year? Would you take 9.5? If you could be guaranteed that Aaron Rodgers starts every game of the Jets games this year, you wouldn't take over 9.5?
Yes, I would.
Well, then I think you should take it, because even if he doesn't and he misses 1 or 3 games, they could still very easily hit over 9.5. Because when he does play, it's gonna be hard for them to lose. That's all I'm saying.
I will not beer bet it just because I beer bet it last year and he tore his Achilles and I feel bad. No, Tyler likes
another one.
Tyler likes it.
No,
he said he liked 8.5.
Yeah, but he likes.
Yeah, I am not betting that this year. I'm not betting on the Jets.
I just think Trent's forgetting how good Aaron Rodgers was and is. He is the most talented quarterback ever.
No, I'm not. I'm not forgetting that.
Talented quarterback.
I draft him every year in fantasy, so I'm not forgetting it. Anyway, all right, let's go next one. So now, next pick here is the team that you believe will go under their win total, and the value, was important when selecting this. So why don't we go back to? Do you want to go back to Tyler?
Yeah, I can go. All right. I feel like I take this every year with somebody. I got the Steelers at 8.5, and I'm going under 8.5 at -160, which Minus 160 seemed very bad in terms of odds for that pick.
Hold on. Can you clarify why this would be a big deal if this hits?
Right. Yeah. I
they
mean,
go
I
under
have
500.
right.
So
And-
Bill, when you watch this episode, text Tyler and I and bet Tyler right here, right now, again, that you're going to say, Tyler, Steelers are going under or below 500 this year.
Or hey, Rytel, if you're listening too. Do you remember though? I did get it one year when they went 500 exactly.
It was either that or it was Niners Steelers game or something like that. You guys killed them.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I know it's especially. I feel like a lot of. Here's why I'm confused. All right, minus 160 for under 8.5, but yet everybody is going to sit there and claim that the Steelers got better at quarterback. So why are the odds of minus 160 at under 8.5? You know what I mean? I feel like it should be flipped. I feel like over.
So you're playing the odds. You're playing the books, huh?
I mean, I guess I'm kind of. I mean, I feel like those odds should be better.
It's not a bad. I mean, they might know something. They always know more than what we know.
Dude,
so
just remember, who is going to be the worst team in that division is so hard to figure out, because you got the Bengals with Burrow if he can stay healthy. You got the Ravens, which I know Lamar fades away in the postseason, but then you also have the Browns, who have the number one defense, and they're getting
Nick
Chubb back, who's squatting 550 pounds fresh off of a torn knee.
Yeah.
And then you
have a quarterback.
Yeah,
he was good. He was good.
Browns get last in that division.
Who?
Deshaun Watson was good at one point.
He'll massage a couple wins out for him. Allegedly.
That rubs me the wrong way.
Listen, we'll get to the happy ending later. Anyway,
you're tugging at my
Tyler,
heartstring.
Oh, jeez. I'm done. I'm not going to go with my next one. I was going to say, but Tyler, you said under 8.5.
Under 8.5, minus 160. Yep.
All right. I'm going to go one with a little bit more, I guess, positive value here, a little stronger value. I'm going Bears under 8.5 plus 140.
Ooh, man, I wish I would have got to that and seen that.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, I think I wagered it. Yeah, I did wager that and my other one later. So yeah, here's my thing is watching Caleb Williams on a mediocre, which was supposed to be a Pac-12 winning team, offense with a shaky offensive line. I mean, don't get me wrong, the guy's talented and he's got 3 studs to throw to. I don't know. Can he manage it? Can he do it? I don't know. Under 8.5. Once again, you got to play the Lions 2 times. You got to play the Packers 2 times. So I'm not sold with the rookie up there. And to be honest with you, I think that coach is on the hot seat. So there's a very good chance if they're underperforming early on, they might clean house. And now your entire program, your entire franchise, in a little bit of disarray, and you're a rookie quarterback. So he'll go into self-preservation mode and make sure he doesn't get freaking seriously hurt.
So
under 8.5.
You're all up in the NFC North then, huh?
Yep. Under 8.5 plus 140. Find that on DraftKings Sportsbook, where we'll find all these odds.
Yeah, I like that.
Drake, I will do our under, and then if you guys don't mind, I'll do our not to make playoffs next. But
all right, he's gonna snake.
Yeah, so for the under, I was between 2 teams, and I'll share the other team I was with too. But the one that I decided to give as my official pick is under 7.5 wins, plus 120 odds. That is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Ooh.
I think they're going to be playing a tough team in the Falcons. I don't think. Man, it's so hard to see who's going to actually win that division.
Yes.
I truly think it will be the Saints. If I was over the
Falcons,
man, yes, I do over the Falcons.
I'll beer bet you.
Either way, I think playing the
too.
Falcons twice, playing the Saints twice in division. I think those are 3 out of 4 losses in themselves. And then everything out of conference or out of division is a tough game for them. So I know that they thought they had their guy in Baker Mayfield last year, and he did perform well. They were able to keep Mike Evans.
Give him big money too.
Yeah, but I just think that's going to hurt them. Like, I don't think they're going to be able to get the other pieces that they need to actually be a good football team. Defense will always be tough, but I just don't see them getting 8 wins this year. I don't see them going almost 500 in my eyes. So that's why I'm going Bucks under 7.5. The other team that I had in the under was a little difficult because they're always one of my Super Bowl favorites every year because I always think they're going to do it, but it's the Bills under 10.5.
I knew he was going to say that.
Bills under 10.5 minus 115 is also good odds, I think.
It's a great bet.
Yeah, I like that. All right, so Trey, go ahead and snake it. Who's not making the playoffs?
Not making the playoffs, Trent. I love your assessment, and that's why I'm going Chicago Bears plus 100 to not make the playoffs. They got to play the Packers twice, Lions twice. They also play the Los Angeles Rams, the San Francisco 49ers, and the Seattle Seahawks, in addition to the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Houston Texans out of conference. So
It's quite a
very tough schedule. Right, yeah. And then they're positive odds to not make the playoffs with a rookie quarterback and a historically underperforming franchise. So that's why I'm going with the Bears.
But one of the best wide receivers in the draft, though.
Sorry.
Allegedly.
Trey, I'll make this short and sweet. I'm piggybacking that. I'm also with you. I have Bears to miss the playoffs plus 100.
Wow, so you're really waylaying the Bears tonight, huh?
and you know what's sad is like
under wins, not making playoffs.
I like Roma Dunze. You know, guys know I like Caleb Williams. I was all for drafting him, but just something up there.
He likes you too.
Something up there. You know, if he ever met me, he would like me. Something's up there where I just think there's too much hype. All the Williams being the next Mahomes. Don't get me wrong. I think long term he's going to have a good career. I think it's going to be some growing pains this year for him.
For Caleb,
so,
absolutely.
Yep. So plus 100, Tyler.
I agree. I like you guys. I'm on that bandwagon. I could jump on that too. I do have somebody different though. Not great odds, minus 185. But kind of along with Trey's pick, the Buccaneers not to make the playoffs. So I also
185. That's not bad.
Yeah, still. I mean, it's still a little steep, but minus 185 not to make the playoffs. I think the Falcons will take it. I know Trey, you said the Saints, but yeah, I don't think the Bucks will perform like they did last year. I think last year was kind of a little bit of a surprise. So that's my pick.
I like it. Yeah, the toughest thing about that, Ty, is that division is so
weak. It's weak.
I want to say weak, unpredictable. Like Trey, you're maybe on paper, maybe the Saints look like they should do it, but I think on paper the Falcons should be the ones on there. But
they've been on paper the ones that do it the last couple of years, and they haven't.
I mean, you're not.
Can I say the biggest difference? I think the best coach in that division is the Buccaneers coach.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see with what's his face down with the Falcons.
Is that the guy that used to
no, it's the defensive guy. Can't think of his name.
Yeah.
Either. Yeah.
I'm not gonna think of it.
But hey, here's the thing though, is you're not gonna get a wild card team from the NFC South. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't think so at all.
I mean, when you look at the NFC West, you look at the NFC North, and you look at the NFC East, you could easily get, a wild card team, or maybe even two from some of those divisions.
Or
I
three.
don't think the NFC South is going to produce a wild card team. So
I want to start the next one
this year.
What'd you say?
No, he goes or three. And he smiled. I go, yeah, the NFC West is pretty tough. So,
all right, I want to start.
Go ahead.
I'm going to take to make the playoffs. I like this value too. I do.
Oh, no.
I am going to take the Indianapolis Colts. I'm gambling on. Ready for this? I'm gambling on something. I'm gambling on Richardson to have a freak year. All right. So plus 140 for the Colts to make the playoffs.
Make that a twofer because that was my pick, Trent. Colts plus
Actually,
140.
wanted to go first, Tyler, because I knew for sure.
Damn.
Once I saw that, I was like,
Wow.
I guarantee Tyler has this because I like that too. I think it has a
Missed
good chance. I think it really does have a good chance.
I'm going to give you guys one guess.
If Richardson stays healthy, though,
Oh yeah, for sure.
because he doesn't, because they don't have Minshew now to back him
Mm.
up and come in and save the day.
Nope.
Because all right, you ready? I'm going to compare Minshew to somebody, Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Oh yeah,
Not
he's
quite
turning
yet.
into it.
Yeah.
He's turning into it.
So I'm going to give you
Traveling
guys
man that wins.
for my yes to make playoffs. I'm going to give you guys each one yes, and it's not the Packers.
Can you give us AFC or NFC?
NFC.
NFC.
Yep.
Rams.
Yeah. Oh, we're in the big plus 100.
I'm giving you one guess. Oh
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you got
Wow,
it.
Very well done, Tyler. Yeah,
Nice.
going with the LA Rams plus 100. They got to do something about Stafford's contract. I think that's a little too hefty for their if they want to continue to succeed. And I think Stafford would be willing to renegotiate, but they reloaded their defense last draft. They obviously got a great asset in Puka Nacua and that wideout along with Cooper Kupp. Do they still have Higbee? Tyler Higbee, the tight end, who was pretty solid before he got injured a couple of years.
I was gonna say he got banged up a little bit last
Right.
year. Though,
But then they have Kyron Williams and now Blake Corum as well as in their backfield. So I think they're just set up for success. Sean McVay, as I've said multiple times, I think for the last 2 years, knows how to use his players. So and get the best out of them. So between that coaching and that roster, it's going to be. I don't think they'll win the division. I think the Niners probably still have that and Pat with McCaffrey and stuff, but they'll be competitive in the NFC West. So
They do
Aaron
still have
Donald.
Higbee.
Aaron Donald retired though, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah, with Donald retiring, that's not just talent on the defense. They need to get back. It's also leadership. And that can be a bigger hit to a locker room and a team than you think. I know we say they drafted well for their defense this year, but there's still something I don't trust Stafford on a weekly basis. Like I know he's a good, in terms of career, a good solid quarterback, but like, is he the top of his game anymore? I don't know. I think he's injury prone now at this point.
Yeah, that's fair.
And I completely agree with you. They did reload talent wise on defense. Like they do have a D tackle right now that obviously not as good as Aaron Donald at all. Like he's one of the best ever. But is a very impactful player on the defensive line. I would say in over half of the defensive line, he's in the better half of them. So, but you're right. Where they are going to miss Donald the most is the leadership and like drive in the locker room. But I think the Rams got it. I think McVay's a good coach, and I think they have a great roster. So that's why I'm going with them.
Do you know at 38 years old, if the Rams win 6 games,
Trent, before you continue, actually, happy birthday. It's 12:03.
Wow. Oh man, hold on. We'll give Tyler a second here.
I don't know if you heard that.
I can hear myself.
Hey, Ted. Did you hear me?
That's what you're gonna do.
Wow. he like waited till his headphones were off. But if the Rams,
Happy birthday for a second time, Trent.
Thank you
for an actual wish. Yeah, good job, Tyler. Second place.
But if once the Rams win their 6th game this year, Sean McVay at 38 years old becomes the winningest coach in that franchise.
Wow.
At 38 years old?
38 years old. Isn't that crazy?
Jeez, man, that's nuts.
Think about
That's
that.
pretty
He's
impressive.
not even 40. Like he's got a long NFL career ahead of him.
There's talk
If
about him
he wants-
retiring last year.
That's just to get out
Still
for
might.
a little bit. Dude eats, sleeps, breathes football.
Yeah, I agree.
So. All right. Well, hey, speaking of retirement, why don't we go to the retired man's game next? Or sorry,
easy.
Trey's game on a weekly basis, daily basis. The Open is teeing off in about 3.5 hours, boys.
Yeah.
Woo.
Trey, you staying up for it all night? Or?
Not all night. Not all night. Yeah, but I am looking forward to it for sure.
So, Ty, you want to explain what we typically do in golf majors?
Yeah, so we go, we pick a winner. We got a top 5, top 10, and then we pick a long shot winner, which odds are plus 4,000 or steeper. So that's what we got here. So
Trey, any brief history of the course?
Yeah, so Royal Troon. I can't tell you how many times it's actually. So it's at least been played there 10 times, over 10 times, based on the statistics and stuff. But what I can tell you about the course is that, it's the Open, right? It's in Europe. It's also known as the British Open, but they're trying to get away from that and just keep it known as the Open because it's played in Scotland, Ireland, etc. But that type of golf is a lot different than what you're used to seeing on TV in like United States golf. So everything's relatively flat. Bunkers are more hazardous than they are in the States because they're stacked and they're very steep. Wind is a huge factor in the Open. So players that can loft the ball low and really penetrate the wind and stuff rather than the high hitting players are going to succeed. It's just a different type of golf, and putting's a big deal. Iron play is a huge deal. So from my understanding, this course, if you look at it in thirds, the first third is a gentle like opening, very gettable, where people are going to score the best probably. Second 6 holes, a little difficult, a little more undulation. They have a par 3 called the Postage Stamp, which is world renowned. It's like the first of its kind, and it's the almost what's the model for holes that resemble it in the world. So and then
flagship.
Flagship hole of that course, and it's very reiterated in American golf, but it's the first one of its kind. And then the last 6 holes are where people are going to get beat up, and they're going to bogey, they're going to struggle, and it's where the winners are going to come out. So look at it in tales of thirds of this course when you're watching the Open. So
all right,
cool.
So let's go to our picks here. What are we starting with, boys?
Let's start with top 10.
Top 10. All right. Ready?
Yep, go ahead.
I have Rory McIlroy.
Okay. What are your odds?
Yeah, what are those odds?
I got plus. Ooh, hold on, let me check what I took. I believe it's plus 100 or plus 120.
Okay. I got Brooks Koepka.
Plus 100, sorry.
Okay. I got Brooks Koepka top 10 plus 320, which I thought was kind of nice.
Yeah, Brooks has really let me down this year in our gambling of golf majors.
It's time for everything, though. Trey, who you got top 10?
Top 10, I got Sahith Theegala, or Sahith, however you want to say it, plus 400.
Okay. Top 5. Trent, go ahead.
All right, my top 5 is Ludwig Åberg. Trey, did I say that right?
I think
Åberg.
Åberg. Sorry.
W is usually pronounced like a V, Trent.
Ludwig.
There's no W.
In his first name.
Oh, yeah. I said Ludwig.
But the A with the circle on top is pronounced as an O, I believe.
Yeah, I got him top 5 for plus 360.
All right.
Ludwig Åberg.
My top 5, I got Bryson DeChambeau plus 400.
Okay.
I thought that was a decent. The odds were pretty good, which worries me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Bryson top 5 plus 400. I'm like, ooh. Trey, you got top 5.
I got Tony Finau plus 850.
I love Tony. I love betting on Tony.
Big Tone, baby. Love him.
Okay, Trent, who is your winner?
My winner is Bryson DeChambeau for plus 2,000.
All right.
I'm going back to back. He's in a good mindset. Great media attention. I think he overcame his musclehead persona that a lot of people had about him. I think there's a lot of misconceptions. I think he's matured a lot. And I don't know. I loved watching him after the US Open, just how happy he was. And just, I don't know. It was cool to watch. A lot of good stories about him too for fans.
Yeah. All right. My winner is Colin Morikawa at plus 1,400.
All right, Tyler. Well, me and you on it together.
Got the same one.
Yeah.
Nice. All right. Hey.
Yeah.
Ducks fly together.
Yeah.
Quack,
The
quack.
V. Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah, so I'm going Morikawa. I think he's coming on at the right time. He's been playing well lately. Played well in the Scottish Open too. So, yeah, plus 400 odds on a guy the top player that's playing at the top of his game right now. Why not?
Yeah,
take it.
Yep.
All
right.
Can I lead off? Can I lead off with a surprise?
Go ahead.
So
Surprise winner.
Nobody has Scotty. Wow.
Nah. Scotty. Listen, you have to understand, winning 6 times in a season is like unheard of, and he's already done it. The law of averages, Trent.
I think I have to sprinkle though. I mean, he's not driving to the tournament.
Don't sprinkle on Scotty. If you're going to bet on Scotty, you put a 2-unit bet on Scotty.
Whoa.
I like to sprinkle.
You can't sprinkle on Scotty. It's not worth it.
How about a 30 unit max whale?
He's
what they say.
Max whale bomb bet ultra.
Don't tell me who I can't sprinkle on.
I can sprinkle who I want to sprinkle on.
I'll sprinkle on you. Hold on.
Okay, nope, don't say
Oh,
that.
look. It's
he's sprinkling.
Oh, ew. All right. Well, let me give you my winners.
It's so weird. I have these.
Hold on.
I'm the only one that has these effects.
Hold on. Weird. What do you mean? Let me give
My
you my
surprise winner.
Oh.
I got
surprise
2.
Winner.
I got 2.
You got to narrow it down to 1.
Yep, just 1, bud.
You can give us your other after we go.
Yep.
Okay.
God darn, don't take it.
Surprise winner this week is a guy that I don't know how he hasn't won a tournament this year. His statistics are off the charts. He's top of his
Corey
game.
Connors?
Nope. Cameron Young. Cameron Young plus 7,000.
Cam Young. Ooh. I almost took Cam Smith, but
Terrible pick. Terrible pick.
Okay. I can't wait. Not, dude. Trent, will you let me teabag you if Cameron Young wins the Open?
What?
I'm going to teabag him.
Don't ask things like that. That's weird.
No. That's a strong no.
Well, I don't think you're gonna have a choice. I'm gonna do it.
It's my birthday. Be nice to me. Anyway,
Trent, happy birthday.
Thank you.
Second place again for Tyler.
I was already first, dude. I opened the show with it.
Wasn't his birthday.
My surprise winner, which isn't really a surprise because I think he's going to win it all, guys, is I got Shane Lowry plus 5,000.
Okay,
it's
a good one.
He's used to this style.
All right, I think Trey, this guy was in one of your tops here. My surprise winner is Tony Finau. Finau, sorry. That you who had him?
I did, and then in my top 5, yeah.
That would be his first ever major tie.
Plus 4,500.
I like it.
Great. That's great.
So
I like Tony.
I like that. Can I give you my second surprise? And I knew you guys were going to pick him, but shout out to Brian McCoy, who is actually been on a heater with golf futures in the last couple golf tournaments. Made a lot of money. And his pick this week was Aaron Rye Rai. The notorious man that's been coming on lights out these last couple tournaments, plays with 2 gloves, a glove on each hand, and he puts covers on his irons. He's a true golfer's golfer. And
So with 2 gloves, he doesn't put 2 gloves on one hand.
no, he wears a glove on each hand, which is unheard of unless it's raining. But he does it all the time.
Not 2 gloves on one hand.
Did I say that?
No. No. If he plays with 2 gloves, no shit, he plays with 1 on each hand, idiot. I'm making fun of you. Like 2 gloves, 1 on each hand.
1 on each hand.
Like that's us.
Yeah.
I didn't pick up on that.
It was more of a a dramatic. It was more of like a dramatic
Tyler,
like,
I'm wearing 2
statement.
shoes, 1 on each foot.
Yeah, well, you got it. Either way, wears 2 gloves, iron covers, Aaron Rye plus 8,000. So watch out for him because he's coming on hot.
Oh man.
I can't wait till one of my surprise winners wins and I just teabag Trent to sleep.
Hey.
Wait, how you doing in my sleep? You breaking in my house, man?
Maybe.
You know what they say, Trey?
Sleep with one eye open unless you want a nut dropped in it.
This show just took a turn south.
Trey, you know what they say?
No, they don't.
2 gloves, 1 cup.
Ew.
Trey, who was your long shot again?
I had 2 of them. I had Cam Young and Aaron Rye.
I'll give you your choice of one of those 2, and I'll say that my long shot finishes higher than yours for a
Who's
beer.
your long shot?
Ooh.
Shane Lowry. Come on, that guy puts covers on his irons.
He wears 2 gloves
Okay,
on one hand.
I'll bet Aaron Rye finishes better than Shane Lowry.
All right.
Whoa.
For a beer? All right. Trey's a good virtual handshaker. He even hooks his hand in there.
Yeah,
I know.
Look, he's like
you can see it there. You can see your hand in
Dude,
there, right?
so you've worn that hat the last 2 weeks, and you look like you're from Boston.
Me?
yeah, he does kind of.
The Yeti hat.
Yeah, a little bit of like a ginger beard.
Yeah, but why is it I don't know. It looks like one of those I don't know what the hats are called. Like those old school hats they used to wear in the 20s. You know what I'm talking about? Like the short brim.
Oh, get your papes. The newspaper boys.
Yeah.
Get your papes. Get your papes here.
It's like
The newsies. The newsies.
They didn't call them papes though.
It's like
they did.
Smalls.
Nobody
it's like
says
Smalls
papes.
hat.
Tyler, the
Smalls
newsies
hat
called them papes.
No.
Get your papes.
Trent, no. Small's hat had the huge ass brim.
I know.
Trey's looks like tiny.
Well, I did it.
It's a normal size brim. It looks like a normal.
Anyway.
Nobody's ever called papers papes.
Tyler, and the newsies in Boston. You ever see the newsies?
No, I have not.
No, never did.
Yeah, well, they call them papes. Get your papes, get your
Bravo.
papes. And they're from Boston. And they're little kids that sell newspapers.
Never heard of that.
They say papes.
Get your papes. Yeah.
Hey, it's a papes.
No, that's
No.
Well,
Oh, that's
New York. That was like a New York gangster. That was
anyway,
like Robert De
boys,
Niro.
listen.
So you're saying with the papes.
We go from not having any sports today to we're gonna have sports starting at 3:30 in the morning. No baseball tomorrow, but Friday and onward, boys.
Mhm.
Let's get back to it. We're right there around 500 for the month of July, and it's crunch time. Crunch time till you gotta think of this at next month. We will be able to put wagers on football.
Holy crap. Wait,
August.
college football, yeah.
Week 0.
Boom. God, that's
Or
crazy.
preseason.
No,
Just kidding.
Oh
I'm just
gosh.
kidding. I'm joking. I wouldn't do that.
What about Russian ping pong?
No.
Neither.
It was Israeli soccer
No, that's right. Okay.
and Australian rules football.
Gosh, yeah. And the only one I tailed you on was friggin' lost.
Mhm.
Dude, I won every one of them too.
That's how it always works out.
Allegedly.
I'll show you the slips.
All right. So a couple beer bets tonight, just to summarize. One, Richard, you let us know time and place. But Tyler and Trey, over under 9.5 wins for the Texans. Tyler's on the over.
Yep.
Trey's on the under. And then Trey and I are just for the heck of it, this golf tournament. I got Shane Lowry finishing higher than what's his name, Trey?
Aaron Rye, Rai.
Aaron Rye.
To just confirm, if they both miss the cut, you double what they had. So if Shane Lowry shot +6 and missed the cut, Aaron Rye shot +4 and missed the cut, I win the bet, and vice versa.
How do you figure that?
Because he would have.
I say if both of them don't miss the cut, I'll just push with you. I don't like that. I don't like that hypothetical score.
Oh, that's weird.
It's a hypothetical score.
No, it's not. If they miss the cut, who shot better to miss the cut? Simple.
Well, then let's just go.
No, that makes sense.
Then we just go off the score of 2 days.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So if they only play 36 holes,
Whoever shot better. Better.
Yeah, I'm cool with that. Okay. I thought like you were gonna say like, oh, he was +6, so then he's going to be add 12 more strokes onto it. And I was like, no, we're not doing that shit.
Yeah, nope. So
it wouldn't matter anyways. It would come out the same anyways. I'm an idiot.
Yeah.
How many gloves, Trey? How many gloves? How many gloves?
2.
To 2 gloves?
2 gloves.
One on each hand, though. One on each hand.
One on each hand. Not 2 gloves on one hand.
Nope. One on each hand. And he's got iron covers.
All irons are covered?
Every single one.
Wow. What a guy. What a guy, that Aaron Kai.
I think Shane Lowry's winning it all, guys. I don't know.
Nah. Hey, guys, get your papes. Good episode.
It's absurd. This is absurd. Nobody calls them papes.
Hey, for an episode, we were worried with not having sports today. Hour and 20. Woo! We're done.
Enjoy, Bill. Bill, enjoy every minute of it.
Yeah. You better.
All right. Hey, guys, have a great weekend. Trent, have a great birthday.
Thank you.
Trey, enjoy reading your papes while you're taking the dump.
Thank you, Trent. It was great spending your birthday with you and wishing it to you first.
Yeah.
Tyler, you have a good night too.
Second. All right. See you guys.
See ya.